You've just closed your third winning trade in a row. Your account is up 15% this week. The high is intoxicating. You're refreshing your trading journal, looking at those green numbers, feeling like you've finally cracked the code. Every doubt you've ever had about your ability to trade seems ridiculous now. You were right about the market 3 times in a row. You read those setups perfectly. Your entries were clean. Your exits were disciplined. You feel invincible. Then you spot it. Another setup. Actually, it's better than the last 3. The risk reward is obvious. The trend is clear. Support and resistance are right there on the chart, practically screaming at you. Your brain starts calculating. If you just sized up on this one trade, doubled your usual position, you could make back everything you lost last month. Maybe more. This isn't greed. This is opportunity. You've proven you can read the market. Why not capitalize on it? You enter the trade. Double your normal size. Maybe triple it. The market moves against you immediately. Your stomach drops. Heart rate spikes. You're checking the chart every 30 seconds, watching your 3-day winning streak evaporate in real time. 20 minutes later, you're not just flat for the week. You're down. The trade that was supposed to launch you forward just erased everything. Worse than the money is the feeling. That sick, hollow sensation of knowing you did this to yourself. You weren't stopped out by bad luck or market manipulation. You sized up exactly when you shouldn't have, and you knew better. This isn't your first time. You've blown up winning streaks before. So why do you keep doing it? Why does every period of success end in self-destruction? Research shows that 78% of retail traders blow up their accounts not during losing streaks, but immediately after their best winning weeks. You're not unlucky. You're trapped in a pattern. The same pattern that wipes out traders over and over, regardless of how well they can read charts or how solid their strategy is. But here's what most traders don't realize. The psychological trap that makes you size up when you're winning is the exact same mechanism that professional trading firms engineer out of their traders from day one. And understanding it changes everything. Your brain evolved to double down after success. For hundreds of thousands of years, if you successfully hunted in one area, you return to that same area with more people, more weapons, more effort. If you won a fight, you became more aggressive in the next one. Success meant do more of this, risk more on this, go bigger. This is called the winner's effect. When an animal wins a confrontation, testosterone surges, making it more likely to take bigger risks in the next encounter. Your ancestors who doubled down after wins survived and reproduced. The cautious ones didn't. But trading requires the exact opposite behavior. Trading requires you to maintain identical risk regardless of recent results. The market doesn't care that you won 3 times in a row. Every trade is an independent event with its own probability distribution. Your winning streak doesn't increase the likelihood of the next trade working, but your brain doesn't know that. Here's what's really happening when you're on that hot streak. Those 3 wins trigger a neurochemical cascade. Dopamine floods your system. Testosterone spikes. This cocktail doesn't just make you feel good. It actually impairs your prefrontal cortex's ability to assess risk rationally. John Coates, a former Wall Street trader turned neuroscience researcher, found that traders on winning streaks showed a 30% decrease in risk perception accuracy. You literally become worse at evaluating danger when you're winning. Your brain interprets success as confirmation that you're reading the environment correctly, so it tells you to increase your bets. Most traders believe that confidence is an asset. They think feeling good about their trading means they're trading well. What they don't realize is that confidence during a winning streak is a cognitive liability. Professional prop firms understand this at a biological level. They enforce strict position sizing rules not because their traders lack skill, but because they know that even skilled traders become neurochemically compromised during winning periods. What feels right is sizing up when you're hot. What actually works is maintaining discipline precisely when your brain is screaming at you to go bigger. This is where most traders make the fatal mistake. They interpret their urge to size up as intuition or conviction, when it's actually just ancient biology hijacking modern decision making. Let's run the math on what this behavior actually costs you. Take two traders with $10,000 each. Both have the same strategy, the same 55% win rate, the same edge. Trader A risks 1% per trade, every single trade, no matter how confident he feels. Trader B risks 1% normally, but scales up to 3 or 5% when he's on a winning streak, or spots what he thinks is a perfect setup. 6 months later, Trader A is up 28% with a smooth equity curve. Trader B has either blown his account completely or is down 40%, desperately trying to claw back to break even. Same market, same time period, same skill level. Opposite outcomes. Here's the brutal truth about what happens when you oversize. You don't just lose money, you lose time. Every time you blow up from one oversized trade, you add 6 to 9 months to your journey toward consistency. A 40% loss requires a 67% gain just to recover. You just set yourself back nearly a year because you couldn't resist doubling your position size on one setup. But the damage goes deeper than your account balance. This is where it gets ugly. That one oversized loss doesn't just hurt financially, it rewires your psychology. You stop trusting your analysis. You second-guess entries that would have worked. You develop anxiety around pulling the trigger. Small losses feel like education. You can journal them, learn from them, move on. Big losses from oversizing feel like personal failure. They stick with you. They haunt you during the next trade. Data from prop firms shows that 90% of failed funding challenges involve at least one trade where the trader risked 3 times their normal size. The issue isn't their strategy. It isn't their chart reading ability. It's the sizing. One moment of overconfidence, one departure from discipline, and months of effort evaporate. How many times have you restarted because you oversized one trade? What would your account look like right now if you had never risked more than 1%? The traders who survive aren't smarter or luckier. They just understood something before you did. But there's a way out. And it starts with understanding that professional traders don't size up when they're winning. They do the exact opposite. Here's what professional traders actually do, and what prop firms enforce with iron discipline. Risk exactly 1% of your account per trade. No exceptions for high probability setups. No scaling up during winning streaks. If anything, reduce size after wins because you know your risk perception is compromised. The traders who survive understand something fundamental. Your edge doesn't change based on confidence. Your execution changes based on emotional state. Small sizing keeps emotions manageable. With 1% risk, you can lose 10 trades in a row and still be down only 10%. You can breathe. You can think. You can execute your strategy without panic distorting every decision. Large sizing means one loss triggers fear, and fear destroys the very judgment you need to trade well. Your edge plays out over hundreds of trades, not one. Small sizing ensures you survive long enough to see probability work in your favor. Big sizing means variance can kill you before your edge saves you. Here's the system. Calculate 1% of your current account balance before each trade. Set your position size based on your stop distance to risk exactly that amount. Never adjust mid-trade to give it room. When you hit 3 wins in a row, pause. Acknowledge that your brain is neurochemically compromised. Either take a 24-hour break or cut your position size to 0.5% for the next 3 trades. You're thinking, but what if I miss the trade? You won't. Your strategy will find another setup tomorrow, next week, next month. What you'll miss is the blow-up that comes from chasing oversized gains. You're thinking 1% is too slow. A 1% risk system with a 55% win rate and 1 to 1.5 risk reward grows 4 to 6% monthly. That's 60 to 100% annually. Slow is fast when you don't blow up. Professional traders with $500,000 accounts risk 1%, which equals $5,000 per trade. They're not risking more percentage-wise. They just started with more capital or built it slowly using the same discipline you're learning right now. The market rewards patience, not courage. It rewards discipline, not daring. Every professional understands this. The question is whether you'll trade like you understand it too.